Hello, everybody. Hello, my fans. Hello, everyone watching my live stream. My name is DOCTORSAMMY BAYA, and today we are going to discuss about dealing with a narcissist. Our topic of discussion today is dealing with a narcissist. Managing a relationship with a narcissist can affect your well-being and your mental health. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you need to try many strategies, such as having clear boundaries and having a support system of people that you can trust. So when you talk about narcissism, what do we mean? When you talk about a narcissist, we are talking about someone who is self-centered, self-focused, someone who's only concerned only for themselves, an arrogant person who lacks empathy, a person who manipulates other people. So, what are the traits of narcissistic personality disorder? According to many literature sources, people can have characteristics of narcissism, such as having an inflated sense of self-importance, fostering a fantasy world to boost their sense of grandeur, needing constant praise and admiration, having a sense of entitlement, taking advantage of others or exploiting people without shame or guilt, not recognizing or caring about the needs of others, demeaning or bullying others, monopolizing conversations or meetings. That is what narcissists love doing. Narcissists and relationships. When you talk about narcissism and relationships, that's a nightmare. So, if you're having a narcissist in your relationship, there are things that you must do. And the number one thing to do is to educate yourself about narcissistic personality disorder. Make sure you get so much knowledge about narcissistic personality disorder. What is narcissism? What is narcissistic personality disorder? Remember, knowledge is power. Then, when dealing with a narcissist, try to build your self-esteem. When your esteem is healthy, when your self-esteem is healthy, then it becomes easier for you to handle any toxicity in your relationship with a narcissist. So try to engage in positive self-talk, practice self-care. Try to find a healthy support system that can help you to develop resilience and improve your self-esteem. When you have a higher self-esteem, it makes it easier to set clear boundaries. It makes it easier to be assertive. It makes it easier for you to be an advocate for yourself. And these are key issues that will help you to maintain a relationship with a narcissist. So to deal with a narcissist, speak up for yourself. Sometimes ignoring something or simply walking away is a very good response. So try to pick your battles. If you feel that your boundaries have been crossed when communicating with someone who is a narcissist, try not to react. Try not to be provoked. All right. So the other thing to do when dealing with a narcissist is set clear boundaries. Your boundaries might be crossed when dealing with a narcissist because that's not what narcissists love doing. So instead of trying to change a narcissist, it is always better to set boundaries. Set boundaries about any behaviors that you think are unacceptable to you, and communicate them clearly to that narcissist. Enforce those boundaries rather than making threats or giving ultimatums to your narcissist. So enforce those boundaries so that your narcissist takes you seriously. Give warnings, not threats, and make sure there are consequences. Again, practice skills to keep calm. When dealing with a narcissist, learn to keep calm. Learn to keep calm. Learn to be a cool, calm, and collected person. Try to practice skills like deep breathing, meditation. It will help you to remain calm, and it will help you to avoid reacting when interacting with a narcissist. So when dealing with a narcissist, become clear on your intentions. Practice what you plan to say before asserting your boundaries when dealing with a narcissist. Then find a support system. When I talk about support system, I mean friends who you trust and family members who you get along well and you trust. That is your support system. Build a strong support system. It will help you whenever you need a shoulder to lean on. Have a support network of people that will always be there, because having a relationship with a narcissist can be draining. Because when you spend too much time in a dysfunctional relationship with a narcissist, it will emotionally drain you. You will feel suffocated. You will feel wasted. Okay, when dealing with a narcissist, always avoid promises. Don't want promises from the narcissist. Insist on action, immediate action. Don't rely so much on words, empty words, fake promises. Insist on actions. Because one thing about all narcissists, they are very good at making promises. They are very good at future faking. They'll promise to do things that you want to hear. All right? But generally, most of the time, they'll never do them. It's a way of manipulating you. It's called future faking. They will look sincere when they're making those promises. So when dealing with a narcissist, avoid issues to do with promises. Insist on action. Do it now. Words, not I will do this to you. I will do this for you. I'll take you for a vacation. Narcissists give so many promises which are fake promises. Promises that they'll never accomplish. And their main goal is to manipulate you. Have you heard of politicians, narcissists, who give a lot of fake promises, knowing very well they'll not stick to their word? So even in relationships, that's what narcissists do. They'll promise you heaven. They'll promise to do this and that for you. So insist on immediate action when dealing with a narcissist. That is the way to go with a narcissist. Kali Musgo. Hello, doctor. Greetings from Spain. Greetings to you, Kali Musgo. I'm happy you are with me in this live. Don't go anywhere. Let's unmask this narcissist. Let's discuss how to deal with this narcissist. When dealing with a narcissist, you must understand that a narcissist also may need professional help. But the problem with the narcissist, they think they are perfect. They think they have no problem. And that's why it is said that narcissists don't change. Because how can someone change if they believe they are okay, if they believe they are perfect, if they believe they have no problems? No. So the other way of dealing with a narcissist is to recognize when you need help. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, it can drain you mentally and physically. You'll be sick most of the time. You'll be stressed. You might be depressed. So if you find that you're getting symptoms of anxiety or symptoms of depression, getting sick all the time, unexplained physical ailments, or just know it's because of that relationship with that narcissist. So try to reach out to family, reach out to friends, call your support system to be there for you. Don't deal with that narcissist all alone. Then you must know when it's time to move on from that relationship with a narcissist. When the narcissist starts getting abusive, they start insulting you, name calling you, patronizing you, public humiliation, yelling, threatening. When they start getting jealous, they start throwing accusations to you, then you should know when it's time to move on. And then when the narcissist starts blaming you for everything that goes wrong, those are warning signs that you need to be on the move. You need to walk away from this narcissist. You need to leave them. You know, when the narcissist is monitoring your movements or is attempting to isolate you, when they are telling you how you know, when they're projecting their weaknesses, their shortcomings onto you, when they're denying things that are obvious to you, or in short, when they're trying to gaslight you, they're trying to drive you crazy. You know, they're trying to make you question your reality. Then maybe it is time for you to go. One thing about narcissists is that having a relationship with them is so difficult. And let me, just as a reminder, maybe you're watching this live stream and I'm assuming we all know who a narcissist is. But let's look at a few signs of a narcissist before we continue discussing how to deal with this narcissist. Now, a narcissist will always attempt to isolate you. A narcissist will always challenge your reality. They will try to gaslight you. A narcissist will always try to blame you for everything that goes wrong. That is one thing with all narcissists. Anything that goes wrong in your relationship, they'll blame you. They'll monitor your friends and whereabouts. That is what narcissists do. They stalk you. They have to know everything that you do. They project the imperfections onto you. Their weaknesses, they'll project them onto you. They are very arrogant people. Narcissists take advantage of you or others for their own personal gain. The narcissists also believe that they are unique, that they are special people. And they will always exaggerate their own achievements. When you hear a narcissist talking about their achievements, most of the time they've exaggerated them, because that is what narcissists love doing. Narcissists they are very jealous people. They'll be jealous of you. Yes, Kali Musgo, sometimes I feel like I'm egocentric narcissist and solipsistic, but I don't like to be the main character on the prom. I prefer a low profile and I am be humble. How can I know if I need to change things in my personality? Kali Musgo, maybe you're a covert. You know, we have this covert narcissist. But I don't want to judge you. Maybe that's what you're trying to tell us. You are a covert narcissist. So how can you know if you need to change things in your own personality? When first of all, I'm not sure if you're a narcissist, because narcissists have difficulties in self-reflecting. It's what you're trying to do right now is trying to self-reflect. And we know narcissists will hardly do that. And again, a narcissist will not easily accept that they are a narcissist. So if you might have some traits of narcissism, but maybe you're not a narcissist. We all need to change all the time. We all need to improve our lives. We all need to grow better. So just look at your traits, the negative traits, and try to work on them. That is the only way narcissists can change. If they realize that they have traits which are not good, and they intentionally work towards, correcting their traits, because narcissism is a collection of traits. If you think you lack empathy, you try to have some. You start intentionally working towards that, and those other traits. So now let's continue. How do you deal with? I hope, Kali, I've answered your question. You can just chat me to confirm that that you've gotten me correctly. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you for that, Kali Musco. Now, we are discussing how to deal with a narcissist, and I say that to deal with a narcissist, the first and foremost thing to do when dealing with a narcissist is to educate yourself about narcissism. Learn everything about narcissism. If you want to deal with a narcissist, understand narcissism completely, because narcissism manifests in various ways. And you need to understand everything about narcissists because knowledge is power, And then the other thing that is like a must do when dealing with a narcissist is to set and maintain firm boundaries. Because narcissists generally will try to cross, your boundaries. So you must set and maintain those boundaries. And then try to respond and not react. Narcissists will always try to provoke you to react. What they need is for you to react. They don't care if it's a positive reaction or a negative reaction. So long as you react, that's what the narcissist wants. That is supplied to them. So never react when dealing with a narcissist. Only try to respond. All right? It's very easy for you to react to the narcissist's manipulative tactics with shock, with disbelief, or trying to be angry, to show that you are in pain. Those kind of reactions, avoid that. These kind of reactions, when you are angry, when you are mad, when you are showing that you are in pain, these reactions, they actually fuel narcissistic supply. They make interacting with narcissists become very, very difficult or very challenging. So when dealing with a narcissist, only focus on the current present issues and avoid giving into the narcissist's manipulative tactics such as projection and so on. So when dealing with a narcissist, be careful of the gaslighting behaviors from the narcissist. Narcissists are known to be big gaslighters. All right. They'll always try to make you question your own reality. Again, I talked of promises. The narcissist will always try to promise things, future fake. So demand action. Don't like the promises that the narcissist gives, because they're very great at planning for the future, but they hardly keep their promises. When you talk about planning for the future, narcissists are number one. They love anything to do with planning for the future, promises and everything else, but they don't keep their promises. That's the problem with narcissists. So the best way to hold narcissists accountable is to confront them head on. Demand action now. So keep conversations very brief when dealing with a narcissist, because they love monopolizing conversations. They love dominating and controlling conversations. So keep conversations brief, keep discussions brief and focused, and redirect the conversation when the narcissist goes astray or tries to stray. So if you have to be around a narcissist, then try to act interested. Pretend you're interested. Pretend that you love what they say. You don't need to agree or disagree. You can just respond with sounds interesting. You can just say, it sounds interesting. That is interesting. Tell me more about that. Ask the narcissist questions. When you are around a narcissist, just pretend, act as if you're interested with what they're saying. But you don't need to. That's another trick when dealing with a narcissist. Sometimes you can say that you're extremely busy. You would love to talk to them, but you're busy. So you must get something done by the end of the day. So those are just ways to learn how to deal with the narcissist. So again, remind yourself that you're not at fault when dealing with a narcissist, because the narcissist will always try to blame you. Then focus on your own needs, because the narcissists, they are selfish, self-centered people. They want you to focus on them. They thrive on attention. No matter how much you give to the narcissist, it will never be enough. The narcissist always wants more and more and more. The more you give the narcissist, the more they want. It will never be enough with a narcissist. Then create a healthy support system. Make sure you have a strong support system. Isolation is a risk factor for depression, and lack of support can keep you, lack of support can make you easily, fall into depression. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you must have that support system, because the narcissist will drain you. They will milk you dry. Work on your self-esteem, build your self-esteem, because narcissists feed on people with low self-esteem. So when dealing with a narcissist, build a healthy self-image, and self-love will help to protect you from manipulation. And then practice skills to remain calm and grounded. Always recognize when you need help. Don't shy away from asking for help. Recognize that the narcissist also needs help too. Now, when dealing with a narcissist, you must know that it's not easy, because narcissists are called master manipulators. Always remember that narcissism exists in a spectrum, because when you talk about narcissists, this is someone with an inflated image of themselves. And narcissists have this excessive interest in their own image and appearance, and they lack empathy for others. They are highly self-centered to the point that it hurts the people around them. So it's always good to know a narcissist, so that when you're dealing with a narcissist, you should actually know that you're dealing with a narcissist. And what are these signs that you're dealing with a narcissist? Let's look at the signs before we continue on the tips of dealing with a narcissist. Signs that you're dealing with a narcissist. You must know that the narcissist is a person who lacks empathy. They are so focused on themselves that they struggle to empathize with other people. A narcissist, they have an inflated sense of self-image. They are preoccupied with their own importance. They think they are more important than others. They exaggerate their achievements, their accomplishments. And they are unapologetic. It's very difficult for a narcissist to say sorry. They won't apologize for hurting others. The narcissist will not apologize for hurting others unless it benefits them in some way. When a narcissist says sorry, it's because it's going to benefit them in some way. Then they love using triangulation, that is introducing a third party to create some kind of competition, conflict. And they overreact to criticism. Dare you criticize a narcissist, they overreact. They will be angry. They will lash out against any criticism. They don't accept responsibility. They don't accept accountability for their mistakes. They will always blame you or blame others for their mistakes. When things go wrong, it's your fault or other people's faults. When things go right, they take the credit. Now, a narcissist, you know them because they are very manipulative. So, let's go back to dealing with this narcissist now. I think we are clearer now about this narcissist. Now, how do you still deal with this narcissist? No, so number one, emphasizing on what I've already said, don't take their behavior personally. All right? Understand that the person you're dealing with is a narcissist. So try to find out what narcissism is all about. What causes it? What causes the narcissism? So knowledge is power. When you know and understand the narcissism, then you can be able to deal with your narcissist in a better way. Then the other thing is to establish and enforce boundaries. Set those firm boundaries. Boundaries, what we mean by boundaries? Boundaries are the things that you are willing and not willing to accept in a relationship. That is what we mean by boundaries. When you are in a relationship, you must tell your partner what things you are willing to accept and what things you're not willing to accept. Now, those are boundaries. If you're dealing with a narcissist, you must let them know what you're not going to accept. And you must enforce them. Make sure those boundaries are non-negotiable limits. So, when you create boundaries, that is an effort to change things. Not to change the other person, but to improve things. The boundaries clarify that certain behaviors will not be tolerated by you. And once you set a boundary, stick to it. Stick with it. If the narcissist violates it, enact consequences. If you tell the narcissist, if you do this, if you slap me, I will leave. And if they slap you, please leave. If you tell the narcissist, if you verbally abuse me, I will do this. Then when they abuse you, please do that. Now those are boundaries. Then when dealing with a narcissist, be very careful about gaslighting, because narcissists love gaslighting. They'll make you question your reality. They will deny saying things that they said. Or they'll say things and say that they were joking and that you are too sensitive. So gaslighting is very popular manipulative tactic and technique used by narcissists. Dealing with gaslighting is not easy, but with knowledge about narcissism, you will be able to handle them. Then boost your self-esteem. If you're dealing with a narcissist, your self-esteem must be up there, because narcissists love pouncing on people with low self-esteem. So make sure you have the mental strength to cope with this narcissist. Make sure your self-esteem remains healthy, even when you're facing challenges. Have an assertive attitude, because narcissists gravitate towards people who enable their antics. So work on your self-esteem. The people with low self-esteem, people with weak boundaries, people with shaky sense of self, are the ones who attract narcissists. So make sure your self-esteem is high and have an assertive stance. So even when the narcissist tries to manipulate you and when they try to undercut you, then you can still be able to avoid to deal with them. So build your confidence. And let me give you a few tricks on how you can build your confidence, how you can build your self-confidence when dealing with a narcissist. You can start by engaging in some self-talk, positive self-talk. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Make sure you are surrounded with a support system, with people who believe in you. Treat yourself with kindness, with respect. Make sure you have a strong support system so that when you're down, you can get encouragement. Dealing with narcissists is not easy. Remember, narcissists are people who exaggerate accomplishments or skills. Narcissists are obsessed. They obsess over fantasies of power or success. Narcissists, they ignore the feelings of other people. Narcissists, they seek continuous admiration or praise. They use other people to achieve their own needs. They become enraged in the face of criticism. Narcissists hate criticism. When you try to criticize a narcissist, then you'll see fire. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, know the signs of narcissistic behavior. Know everything about a narcissist. Make sure the signs of narcissistic behavior are at your fingertips when dealing with a narcissist. And remember, someone with narcissistic personality disorder, a narcissist, may experience an inability to feel empathy. They lack empathy. They want to control every aspect of a relationship. They want to control you. They want to control everything about you. They want to control your environment. They have difficulty paying attention when others are speaking. They want to monopolize conversations. They want to dominate conversations. Narcissists want to exploit others for their own benefit. They're jealous people. They're jealous of others who are more successful than them. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, make sure you know all those signs of a narcissist. That's number one. In short, dealing with a narcissist, learn everything about narcissism. The other thing is to establish boundaries. I've really emphasized on this point, and I'm really emphasizing on it again and again and again. Make sure you have healthy boundaries. Set healthy boundaries in a relationship. In fact, in any relationship, because boundaries will protect you. Boundaries in your relationship will protect even others. So, never accept behaviors that cross boundaries. Nobody should threaten another person's emotional, mental, or physical safety. So make sure you have a support system. All right. Communicate openly and honestly with your support system, your support network, when you're going through these ups and downs with your narcissist. Remember, it's not easy to deal with a narcissist. So when you are in a relationship and you're wondering if that person you are in a relationship with, if they'll become abusive, if they will become a narcissist, or if they are toxic, watch out for some warning signs. Are they critical of everything that you do? Do they take money without permission? Do they try to control your finances? Do they force you to have sex? Do they force you to engage in sexual activity that you find uncomfortable? Do they shame you? Do they insult you? Do they control your environment? Do they mistreat you? Do they allow you to make decisions about your own healthy matters, healthy issues? Do they sabotage you at work or work-related issues? So those are signs to know if you're dealing with someone who can be toxic in your life, in your relationship. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, just know it's not a piece of cake. It's tough. It's not easy. First of all, you must accept that the narcissist is a narcissist. Don't give excuses. And always make sure you have boundaries, because boundaries will protect you. When the narcissist is manipulating you, accept that they're manipulating you. That way, you can be able to know how to handle it. Then, when you're dealing with a narcissist, be ready to be gaslighted, because that is what narcissists will always do. They'll create confusion to make you think that you've lost your mind, when it's really them manipulating you to believe that. That is now gaslighting. So to deal with that narcissist in your life, you need to expect and know the signs of gaslighting when it's being done to you. Because narcissists are masters of manipulation and they're masters of gaslighting. So don't blame yourself when they always make it out to be your fault, because the narcissist will always blame you for everything that goes wrong. For everything that doesn't work out, they'll blame you. They'll say it's your fault. Narcissists, they don't care about anyone else. They only care about themselves. So don't expect apologies from a narcissist. The narcissist will never say sorry. And if they say sorry, just know it's for their own gain. Make sure you know all the signs of a narcissist, all the types of a narcissist. Understand the narcissist completely, so that you can know what kind of a narcissist are you dealing with. Is it a malignant narcissist? Is it a covert narcissist? Then surround yourself with positive people, with people who build you up, with people you trust. The best thing you can do when you're in a relationship with a narcissist is to surround yourself with positive and encouraging people, so that they can counter that toxicity after being in that relationship with that narcissist. Because being around someone who is obsessed with themselves will only impact you negatively. Cut the narcissist out of your life if possible, and don't give them validation. Maintain your optimism. Always be positive-minded, and find a support group. So, dealing with a narcissist is not easy. It's not easy. It needs hard work. It needs hard work, because narcissists will destroy you. The main aim of a narcissist is to destroy you. It is to hurt you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. If you've liked it, if you love this live stream, please drop your comment. Let's discuss what you think narcissism is all about. Let's discuss other measures you can take to deal with a narcissist. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you. God bless you. Hey, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. God bless you.